I'm here with Casey Hodgkinson and her mum, Anna Hodgkinson.
Yes.
This is Counterspin having a chat with you both. You both have recently been on with Liz Gunn and you've been able to have a conversation individually with her.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to quickly reflect on what you guys talked about, because I know that you've shared your story with her and you have been able to basically go through everything that you've been through.
Yeah.
I know people can go and watch your video on YouTube with Liz Gunn.
Yeah.
Do you want to just like recap for people that haven't, or just seeing you for the first time, what you spoke about with Liz Gunn?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Casey Hodgkinson. I'm 23 years old. I took the Pfizer vaccine on the 25th of September. An hour after taking the vaccine, I started getting symptoms like numb tongue, swollen glands, extreme fatigue, and pains throughout my body, as well as numbness throughout my body. As the days went by, my symptoms got worse, and I started getting spasms and twitches and more pain. It's been more progression with symptoms since that day, and it's been over 2 months now. More things have come up, so if you do watch the thing with Liz Gunn, it will inform you of things around that time that I was aware of. I'm now aware of other things that I could have, like epilepsy and narcolepsy, that I will be getting checked. And yeah, I've been diagnosed with chronic fatigue and FND. I've just been told recently by doctors on side that when you're given a diagnosis of FND, in most cases it's given to you if they don't know what's going on. So it's pretty much still an open diagnosis with things we haven't done all the tests yet. The public system won't do all the needed tests to check everything, and we've asked them and they won't. They've denied that. So I now have to go private, which we are, and we're going to be alright.
Yeah.
We're going to push for that, it's okay. I guess a big thing with my story is to bring awareness, because others are being affected by things as well, different things as well.
Yeah.
Like heart conditions, blood clots, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I just want their voices to be heard more than anything, even if mine doesn't get heard.
Yeah.
That's okay. I will be a voice for them if I can't be a voice for them.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say for that.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So like I said before, you can go onto YouTube and look up Liz Gunn and watch both your guys' interviews.
Casey Hodgkinson and Anna Hodgkinson, there's two separate interviews.
Yeah, and so watching Casey's first and then watching
and
Anna's
then
would be,
Casey's, yeah,
make more sense. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I saw you at the most recent protest on the weekend at the Auckland Domain, where you came up and spoke. It was so amazing to see there, and I know that that was your first experience talking publicly like that. How did you find that?
I found that the people around me, they're all going through their own stuff. It was, I could really feel that from everyone. Like, it was such a lovely experience, because I got to connect with so many more people and hear what they're going through, and realizing that we're so much more connected than we realize. Even the people who don't believe me and against the whole protest and stuff, like, I still feel for them. I understand them. I was for the vaccine. When I took it, they're saying that I'm an anti-vaxxer. Well, an anti-vaxxer wouldn't take a vaccine.
Yeah.
I willingly had to take it because I was being told by securities at work that it's going to come into play at work that we need to take a jab or no job. And because I was a part of a recruitment agency, I knew I'd be the first to go if that was the case, and I loved my job, so I just did it without a second thought, really. I just went, no, I'm keeping this job. I love this job, and yeah, it's how determined I was to keep the job.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect this to happen to me at all.
No.
I thought it was going to be okay. They said there's a potential of having some things happen like fatigue and pains that only last up to 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And I thought it would only last that long at the beginning. And every time I went to the doctors, they said it'll be gone in a few days or a week. And I believed them because I get a positive mind this whole time because I want to get better.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't going away. So
Yeah.
I had to keep questioning.
Yeah. So coming to the protest and being able to voice, go up and speak and voice your truth would have been really empowering for you.
It was a moment that I felt like for a whole month, me and my partner felt alone. We didn't know what was going on. We're being played around by the public health system.
Yeah.
And really bad, gaslit, all this stuff. So we felt very, very, very alone.
Yeah.
So having that experience, and especially with having my mum and my partner there, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience for us because we felt that community
Yeah.
that we weren't feeling
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Till we put it publicly.
Yeah.
And then,
exactly.
and then the people who are lovely came.
But seeing
Yeah.
them in person is such a different experience again.
Yeah.
Like
So
meeting
empowering.
you and meeting so many others.
I think that's one thing that I've found going to protests is that you just feel so connected with people because you're just like-minded people.
The love, the support when
Yeah.
she struggled. You've got this case.
Yeah.
You've got this case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds lovely. Shut
So,
up.
no, sorry, I get a little bit triggered
It's
by
triggering you, sorry.
Sorry.
So just going on from there, I wanted to bring up something which Leo Malloy came up and he actually spoke when you were actually meant to come on. And he kind of hijacked that and said some stuff. There's a video out about that. But the New Zealand Herald was kind of right to the side, and he did get put on the spot, the guy from New Zealand Herald, and he was welcomed on to talk. He came over to you and he did say that he would connect with you and follow up. Has he followed up?
This is the main media?
This is New
That
Zealand
was
Herald.
the man that came up, the tall, skinny New Zealand.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So I'm not sure if you were aware, but he later on in the day he put an article out in the New Zealand Herald that, in his words, a woman in a wheelchair thought to be Casey Hodgkinson, who is reported as suffering a bad reaction on anti-vaccination social media sites, is now addressing the crowd. And he went on to just say what you said word for word around kindness and, love, and what you directed to Jacinda, which was,
Why did he say thought to be Casey Hodgkinson?
Yeah.
We introduced us.
We
this is
talked to
Casey.
him.
Yeah, I introduced you, and you also said
Definitely
who
was
you were.
Casey Hodgkinson.
Yeah, and he actually didn't spell your name right. He spelled
No,
it without
that's
an
okay.
E.
That's not a worry. I don't worry about that. Honestly, it's his opinion at the end of the day.
He was brave to come up to us. I commend him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you around feedback that you may have had. So I know you have had negative feedback from people.
Yeah.
Because you've been brave to come forward and you've voiced what's happened with you. And I'm just wondering how you've handled that negativity that people have either said you're faking it or you're this or that. How are you able to deal with those comments?
I just send love. And I have. I would just say, I hope you are doing well, and I've sent love to them. The only time it really hurts me is if they're attacking people I care about.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, that's enough, please.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's time for that to go away. Because I don't care what they say about me. I know my truth, but I can't stand by and let others I care about be hurt.
Or other vaxxed injured
Yeah,
and attacked on her posts.
yeah, and that's not fair on them because they're going through their own issues right now, and they don't deserve that.
Leave them alone.
Yeah, you can come after me. That's whatever. I don't really.
This girl's got guts.
I've got so much love and support around me right now that just drowns that out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know my community is with me and will support me and love me, and I will do the same for them, and I will do the same for those who hate me and don't believe me.
Give them love.
I will. And I will. And if they come up to me and try to talk to me, and even if they don't believe me after, I will give them a hug. I will tell them, I send you love on your way to your next journey in life. I don't know what they're going through, because I know everybody is going through something.
Yeah.
We're all going through something right now. Precious.
We've even offered for any of those people, come see Casey.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how real she is.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind a fake profile that doesn't even have a picture. Casey's face is out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, I've not got anything
Why would
to
she
hide.
be fake?
I've got nothing to hide.
Who would do that? Who would literally be this out there fake?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to go over and ask you is, I know that you were working at a place, and there was some talk around bringing in the mandate, and that it was going to be implemented.
Yeah.
Do you think, now knowing what's happened, a couple of months a month into the mandates that are now out
That everybody has to
for
do.
everyone,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think that these employers should be held to account for pressuring their workers to be a part of this experimental jab?
It's their responsibility to treat people with kindness and understanding. As an employer, you should be understanding of people's choices no matter what. The whole thing that's come into play right now isn't right, especially with people who are being affected like this. I get it though, they're obviously not seeing the truth. And I understand that it is hidden. It's being hidden from a lot of people, and I understand that. A lot of things were hidden from me for a while.
We didn't know it until we put Casey's story out.
But we didn't know how many were affected as well. I thought I was alone for so long, so I was like not ready to go out. But once I did, I was my whole world just crumbled.
Yeah.
Every all the facades just came down. Everything. My eyes were open in a way that I wasn't really ready for. I don't think a lot of people are not ready for it.
Yeah.
I don't think
they
they
choose not to because of fear of it.
Yeah, and I understand that.
Don't fear it. It's
But
real.
we need to choose compassion over fear. I'm going to say that so much, and I'm probably going to continue to say it. But we need to choose compassion and understanding rather than fear, and letting us be peer pressured or pressured into doing something that we might feel a little weird about.
Yeah.
I wish I listened more to my intuition.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
I had a bad gut feeling. It was right.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
So who do you think should ultimately be held accountable for what's...
For the mandates
Yeah.
of their jobs.
Government.
The government. They're making those people feel they have to be put on the spot for that.
Yeah.
The government should be accountable.
Yeah.
Those people get to choose themselves whether they want to follow the government or not.
Yeah.
But we understand the pressure they must be under.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been made to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
it does fall back on the government.
sometimes it takes one domino to make all the other dominoes go. You
Yeah.
know? If
Stand up,
if we
people.
can be the country that stops these mandates and ensures that we have choice again, not to segregate. Because as much as you want to say this isn't segregation,
It is.
it is, because a lot of us can't take this vaccine again.
No.
If
Yet
I
they're
was
told
to,
to.
if I did, I could get more affected,
Yeah.
and others I know who have been affected could get more hurt by this.
So when you're
It's not
due...
fair.
No, it's not fair at all. When you're due for your booster, obviously there's no way in how you're going to get it, but you'll be classed as an unvaxxed again.
Well, I only took my first vaccine shot
Well, there we go.
and
And the
reacted
second-
like this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been reacting bad on the first vaccine shot. Real bad. And others on their second, and others on their booster. It's not just not happening, it's...
Yeah.
Even if you're not affected, you need to understand that others are being affected and being compassionate towards those people.
Yeah.
Because they're hurting and in pain,
Yeah.
and it's not their fault.
Yeah.
No. Even weeks and months after the
Yeah.
jab, people are having things happen
Yeah.
that is jab related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
this needs to be addressed. This needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
The government have to realise that this is real and this is happening to people, and our hospitals need to look at them and say, shoot, this is happening. You don't just have anxiety, like
Yeah.
they've been telling everybody. There are so many on my things.
They've
Yeah.
been telling people who had heart conditions and blood clots, physical things happening to them that's caused by stress that they've not had.
Or they're saying they've got anxiety and it's causing them to have a stroke.
Yeah.
Well, I literally personally know a lady who, my friend's cousin, went to North Shore Hospital, numb all down one side, face and everything, and they told her that this happened to her because of anxiety, waiting till the last minute to get your jab,
Wow.
sent her home.
Wow. Such
Anxiety, yet she could not feel half of her body.
Such a slap
Does
in the
not
face
make sense.
Oh,
for the people that are going and trusting the government and taking
Yeah.
what they've been told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was part of that system that trusted the government and trusted I was you. All those people who are calling me anti-vax, I was you.
Yeah.
And now you're turning your back on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found my community now who actually believe me and want to support me, but you're turning backs on people who are you.
Yeah.
You could have easily been us, but you didn't. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful you're not.
And pray none of your family are.
I am
We pray
praying. I'm constantly hoping and praying that you will not get affected by this. And if you don't, thank goodness. But you need to find compassion in your heart now for others who are going through this.
Yeah.
because there's many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Not just Casey.
No.
Not just a couple, not just
Yeah.
a handful. Hundreds
Yeah.
and hundreds and hundreds. Thousands. Oh my God, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
So-
I
And
know.
that's just, yeah, in New Zealand,
Yep. Just in
not
New
even
Zealand.
looking worldwide.
So many people that have died too.
Yeah, yeah.
People need to speak out, even if they didn't die straight after the vaccine and they died later.
Yeah.
Look into it.
Yeah. So going into that, I just want to ask you, Anna, as a mum, what do you want parents with kids who are eligible for the vax to know as a parent who is now dealing with their child who is vaccine injured?
What do I want them to know? The
Yeah,
parents?
what do you want to tell the parents with kids who are eligible for the vax to know as a parent who is now dealing with your child who's injured?
Be aware that if something does go wrong, you don't get the help you think you're going to get. The hospital doesn't help my girl. The hospital sent her home with saying she already had it. She never did. Saying she has schizophrenia and put her on schizophrenia meds. She didn't have that. We've proved all of this too. Lying on her notes.
Yep.
Changing things after we've left, giving discharge papers, her leaving, wheeling her to the door in a wheelchair, getting her partner to pick her up with one discharge paper, and then 7 minutes later changing the discharge, saying she went on discharge, all things had gone. She had no symptoms,
When
no.
I couldn't even
She
walk.
couldn't walk.
Wow.
She was like
I was in
this,
pain, crying, and
away with it, wheeled to the door and left to wait for her partner to pick her up.
And again, I need to put out that they've not done proper tests on me yet
No.
to rule out.
It's not even an EEG yet. I've demanded an outpatient EEG from the hospital. When did we last go to Auckland Hospital?
Well, no.
2.5 weeks, 3
I
maybe?
wouldn't be able to do it.
They said that within a week she would get an outpatient appointment. We've not even heard from them.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they put that on her notes. I've got that on her notes,
urgent.
saying that she's got an outpatient appointment coming.
Wow.
And this still hasn't happened. So why not? Why haven't they called her in for that EEG to show if she's having seizures? They never once did that for her.
Just to check.
The pressure in
Yeah.
her head, wouldn't you think
Yeah.
that I've been told by other people that have had children react to childhood vaccines, and similar to Casey, you right, Dale? And
So,
They've reacted similar to Casey, and they said when their child was taken into hospital, this is before COVID vaccines came along, they were raced into emergency. They had the EEG put straight on, they had the heart monitors, they had the MRIs, they had the tests done. What has caused this? Why did my girl not get that? All because she said this is post-vaccine.
I was honest from the beginning with things, and the first doctor that we had to go, it was kind of a mess around really. The North Shore Hospital told us to go to doctors at Smells Farm before coming to them. And we did, and the doctor there knew straight away it was caused by a vaccine. And we explained what happened, all the symptoms, and then just went
It's a reaction.
It's a reaction. And then the other doctors at North Shore just
changed the notes after she left.
And while I was in the hospital, I was having comprehension issues. I have memory gaps, and I don't recall things that happened to me in the hospital at all. And I can tell you the feeling I remember, which was lonely, in pain.
That's the other thing, if your child's over 18, you're not allowed to go in there with them.
I can't imagine.
Imagine not being able to be there with your child, because that's still your child at 18.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to go in there with them, because they're not a minor.
Never mind the whole COVID rules and regulations that they also have around who can and can't go in. And
they admit to me that I had my rights for support. Which they didn't tell me in the beginning. I was like, why didn't you tell me? I was telling you this whole time. I'm dealing, I can't remember things. I'm in constant pain and comprehension is off real bad. And they didn't tell me until later that I had every right to have a support person, so even through the COVID.
But even when you knew and asked for that, they did not allow them to even a phone call.
I remember.
They sent Stefan home and dropped her at that hospital. She had to do all that herself.
And they pretty much just, the doctor that did that to me, I explained that I was mistreated by other doctors and around him, and I said they wouldn't listen to me, and I felt very neglected and very let down. I had one doctor, neurologist I believe, saying that this was caused by TikTok hysteria. I wasn't even on TikTok around the time, so I was not aware of what was going on. I was like, what are you talking about? And while he said that, he kept going around, he wouldn't look me in the eyes and kept tapping my body. It's the only thing I really recall from that whole experience, that one bit, and that other doctor that wouldn't give me the call. Those two.
And that's because as soon as he'd gone, she rang Stefan. He wouldn't let me call you.
And he was not happy about that because he wanted to be able to help me as any part of it.
So much for the whole, doctor's oath, do no harm. It's just...
They've done more harm to me.
Well, they've used that as the excuse as to why they won't do more tests now. We can't do an MRI. What if, we could be, or a lumbar puncture, we could be causing more harm. So do an EEG that just puts something that doesn't harm her. Do something.
But once I explained, I never had any stress before the jab, and even during the first part of it, it wasn't until I went into hospitals and that my stress levels got, that they came along.
She was quite calm and listening to them saying, oh no, it's going to go away. So she didn't even tell me for a week and a bit. Because don't worry, Mum, about it, because it's going to go away.
I thought it was going to go away. I didn't think much on it, and I kept, like I said, I trusted my doctors around that time because they kept telling me it's going to go away, so I believed them. And I kept believing that. I kept positive on that, but then it just wasn't. So I kept having to just questioning it, and that's where I'm here now.
So I just wanted to ask you, Casey. What do you want to say to kids who are eligible, who may not have had the vaccine yet, who are thinking, I want to because I want to travel and I want to go to concerts and I want to keep my job, and these are the incentives that are basically making them go,
I am not here to be like Jacinda and tell you what to do. I'm not here to be like push you to do anything because it's your choice, and like I said, I'm for choice.
Pro-choice.
I am, because we should all have a choice. So what I'd say to them is be aware.
Yeah.
Be aware.
Be aware that this could happen. It potentially could happen, because I've seen very young kids being affected by the jab. If you knew what I knew and saw what I saw, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that plain and straight.
Yeah.
If you saw what I saw, have dealt with what I dealt, have experienced the things I've experienced,
Spoken to the people
Yeah.
that we've spoken to.
you would
with
not
reactions.
get it.
Yeah.
But again, it is your choice. I
Yeah.
will never tell you what to do. I am simply telling my story
Yeah.
and wanting people to be aware that there are people being hurt by this jab, very hurt,
Yeah.
and not helped.
Yeah, not help
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. The
Yeah.
no help
Help.
afterwards.
So, Inna, how did you feel about Casey going in the first place to get the jab? Were you supportive of her, or were you?
Yeah, because she's an adult.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good gut feeling. That was
Okay.
my
Yeah.
own gut. And
Yeah.
I said to her, I don't have a good gut feeling, darling, but I can't stop you. You're an adult.
Yeah.
You've got to decide that. I know you love your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
She respected my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never make a decision for my adult children.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's their life.
Yeah. So, Casey, do you see yourself as somebody who's become a bit of an advocate for others who have been vaccine injured, who aren't being listened to?
If I need to be, I will be,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm willing to keep pushing to get better,
Yeah.
because I believe I can get better no matter what
Yeah.
things I'm given. There are going to be medicines out there to help me.
Yeah.
I know that. It's
Yeah.
just about getting properly diagnosed and I'm so happy even if it is just FND in the end of the day, because it means it'll go away.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I would be so happy for that, because that means that I can help others if I'm better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be their voices. I'll get stronger and be more of a voice for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. If they want me to be.
And we also have so many contacts
Yeah.
for anybody. Reach out to me
Yeah.
because we do have contacts to help
Yeah.
through Casey, us putting her story out.
Yeah.
So many people have got in touch with me and Casey,
Yeah.
and we want to help others
Yeah.
that are struggling. If this has happened to you,
Yeah.
please reach out.
I just want to be there for others, not expecting anything back.
Yeah.
I will get through, and I will help you as much as I can, because so many people out there who are being hurt, and it's in different ways. And not just vaccine injured. It's losing your job,
Lost your job.
Yeah.
losing freedoms that you had all your life, and now just simply don't.
Losing family members because they're dividing us.
Yeah.
I've had family members laugh at my situation. I understand how cruel that feeling can be, and I'm here to be there to talk with you if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't
Yes.
divide.
Such a big
Don't
heart.
divide. That's the worst part of this
Yeah.
all.
It is.
We all need to stick together. We
Yeah.
all need to love each other. Jabbed, not jabbed.
Yeah.
We need to.
So just to finish up, I wanted to ask you both, how on earth have you been able to cope with everything that's been happening and the amount of information and people reaching out and just your guys' relationship? How have you found the strength?
Well, the brain is so powerful. The body is so powerful, but also having the support and love and
Love.
is so powerful. Having that. That's why I want to spread that. I don't want to spread it like COVID. So you're saying that's so viral. I want love to be a virus. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Spread love, spread kindness.
That's
I think
beautiful.
a smile, just a simple smile to a stranger is so
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Remove your
away
mask and
away from
Just
the
a little
mask.
bit.
Or if
Yeah.
you don't want to remove your mask, smile with your eyes.
Yeah.
Because we still see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's
Love
a good
each
way to
other.
think
Yeah.
of it,
That's what makes me, what mother wouldn't do this for their child?
yeah.
What mother would sit back and stay silent?
And
I don't understand any that do.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Please, if any of you are out there sitting back quietly,
Look.
speak up.
This is something I need to say.
Let us be your rock.
Yeah.
Speak up.
We're being fear-mongered really bad by the media. real bad, and I understand hearing constant things that are happening are bad or constantly is not something that you want to hear. And a lot of people have like said you're fear mongering to me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to tell
Speaking
you
the truth.
I'm just telling you my truth, and trying to tell you what's happening. I'm not wanting you to be afraid. You can still take it if you feel that's what you need to do, but you need to be aware that others are getting hurt by it, and I don't want any more people to get hurt by it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because at the moment we really only have one side of things, and nobody's letting
No one's
the
putting
other
it out
side.
on the media.
Exactly.
The mainstream's not doing it.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the Herald one, obviously, that just shows
Yeah.
he didn't even ring us to do an
Talk
interview.
to
He's
us.
just written something.
Yeah.
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 He
from
said
the
he
day.
would.
And he told us
He said he would talk to us.
It's actually
in
on
live.
video.
Yeah, it is.
We've actually got that on video saying, and I applaud him for coming up to us because that was brave. But how about you actually come and interview us properly
we've had that happen.
That would be nice.
before as well. With
and not twist our story?
Yeah, with stuff.co.nz.
Stuff did it.
They didn't talk to me. They didn't let me have this talk or say in my own story.
Yeah.
This is where it hurts me. My own story. My first post I did on Facebook was to family members who were twisting my story. Family members who didn't know anything.
Well, they didn't know because
They
we
didn't
were all
know.
in lockdown.
We're all in
None of
lockdown.
them
They
were
had
able to
seen
come and
me.
see her.
And
It wasn't
but-
until they saw those videos and
and now
things
they're
went
taking back
shit.
a lot of stuff.
You know, actually going and seeing them now and they're
Yeah.
all breaking down,
It's so
seeing
much
their
different now.
granddaughter, seeing their niece, their cousin.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
harder to
just shows-
see it in
just
person. I'll
goes
tell
to
you.
show that
Yeah.
even family without seeing it in person,
Yeah.
it was hard to believe. So
Yeah.
we understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
We understand, and we want everybody to know we understand
Yeah.
why you find it so hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just have to open your eyes and look behind the scenes with not in mainstream media.
Yeah.
Look behind the scenes because there is so many people
Yeah.
that have had this happen.
Yeah.
Not this exactly, but things going wrong from
Yeah.
this jab.
What we
So many.
understand at the moment is with media they have their own agenda as well as the government, and that's their play.
Yeah.
And my only agenda is awareness and compassion and telling truth.
Get your health checked beforehand.
Yeah.
If you've got, like Casey, I do believe something to do with her is she's got reactive skin, she's got things to medications, and when she told them at the chemist about that she's very sensitive, they did look worried, but they still got her to sign something saying they're not liable if something happens,
to me.
and jabbed her anyway.
I didn't think of it at the time because I'm just like, get it done quick and go. And
Because
carry on.
everybody's been told it's okay. Even
Yeah.
ones that have had a heart condition have
Yeah.
told, well, next time you have it, come into hospital
So you
and
can
we'll
be
do it
hooked
there
up
so
on-
we can
yeah.
hook you up and bring you back to life if
Yeah.
something goes wrong.
Yeah. It's
Who's going to do that?
insane.
I think that's insane. All right.
I mean, in the end of the day, even after this, people will still hate me, and that's okay. That's your choice. That's your opinion. Go with love.
We love you.
We love you still.
Yeah.
No matter what you decide or what you choose, because like I know my truth. You can't touch me because I know my truth.
Yeah. And we want to keep supporting anybody that has been vaccine injured. We want to help get your story out there. That's why
Yeah.
Counterspin Media has reached out to you, because we want to share your story and the truth and nothing but the truth, because that's what it's all about, and that's what mainstream media refuse to share because it doesn't go with their narrative.
You know what?
I'm gonna show Karina papers to prove, so you will see.
Yeah.
My medical notes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you will be a voice of truth there,
Do you-
being able to say it.
You
Yes,
know
I've seen them.
what's easy to do? It's easy to sit there and speak the truth.
So,
It's not easy to sit there and tell lies, because lies come back on you.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there actually speaking
Yeah.
the truth, you've got no reason to
Yeah.
worry
It just
about
flows.
it. It actually just
Yeah.
comes out because you are speaking the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I mean, for my condition, I do have memory gaps, so I need a little bit of help. But that's just because of what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
But you know
I'm
what,
still
darling,
trying.
you're still doing absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
and you,
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, and I've only
I'm proud of everyone.
I've only met you a handful of times now, but I just as we wrap up, I want to thank you on behalf of Counterspin Media for talking with us and sharing your truth and your story, and I want to commend you both as a mum and as a daughter and as wahine toa. We are strong, and we're going to follow you guys until the very end. So this has been Karina from Counterspin with Anna and Casey Hodgkinson.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Can
guys.
I just say one thing
Yes.
before you do? Please reach out to me if you need help and don't know where to turn.
Yeah.
I will help you. I
Yeah.
have the contacts.
And don't forget,
Anna Hodgkinson,
yeah,
Messenger on Facebook.
and don't forget that on Liz Gunn's YouTube you can go and watch Casey and her mum talk and share this full story.
The story that was a few weeks ago, three or 4 weeks ago that was filmed. There's also a follow-up that Liz done since we went to Auckland Hospital.
Yeah.
That will come out later from me.
Yeah.
And now this as well, plus the March.
So I just want to commend from Counterspin for Liz to be able to do what she's doing. Yeah, massive.
Oh, she's
Massive
a lovely
heart.
lady. Very, very beautiful lady, Liz.
You can find Counterspin, New Zealand's media revolution, at counterspinmedia.com. And now, on the InfoWars Network, at band.video.